there's this game that they had a trailer for called The Quiet Man.
Yeah.
And that's the one where it started live action and it turned into video game. And I was just like, what is this? It's like this dude with like a delivery bag who's walking down an alley, and these guys like, we didn't order anything, or like, that's not for us. And then he just whoops, he just beats them up. I'm like, what is this?
Welcome everybody to another exciting episode of Multiplayer, the podcast by gamers for gamers. I am one of your hosts, Zach Matscanis. Alongside, I have nothing clever this week, Javier Ortiz.
That's perfectly fine. It's been a long week.
Yeah, I am so tired.
A very long week, but a good week because big things happened.
Big things did happen.
Yeah, little conference, but big things happened at that little conference.
That indie conference. There's like 4 people there.
At the most 4. Tickets were just abundantly not sold. There's just tons left over.
They were just trying to get anybody to come in. Like, look,
just look
free
for bodies.
Free hot dogs.
Yeah.
You
free
know,
just stuff.
Yeah, just stuff. Just please come in here. Help us.
Yeah.
Help us out. There's 4 people in there.
Yeah, and if you don't know, it's called E3. So.
Yeah. The E to the triple, as the kids call it. They don't call it that.
Do they? I didn't think they did. What do you think about that, Mike? That's pretty dumb. I know.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So E3 happened, and we are here to discuss E3 things.
Yeah. So what are we going to start with? We want to start with conferences?
Yeah, I think
chronological order?
Yeah. So I think we go with some conferences, talk about, just what we like, don't like, from each one. I guess we can kind of go in order as far as the conferences.
Okay.
At least I think that's the right order, if my math is correct.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Go alphabetical order.
Cool. So Bethesda was the first one up.
Yes.
And
very good and very bad at the same time. For me personally.
For you?
Yeah.
See, I think they just crushed it this year. It's funny, like I feel like each year Bethesda comes out and I'm like, I don't know what they're going to talk about for like an hour. And then they have so much to talk about. It's insane.
The one thing I do love about Bethesda is they keep so much under wraps, and then when they're like, oh, by the way, this game's going to come out in a week. And we're just like, what? Wait, what? Yeah. Fallout 76 was kind of like that. It was like the week before E3, didn't hear anything about it. And then all of a sudden, oh yeah, that's coming around in a few months, so get ready. And just like, okay, I wasn't expecting that at all, but all right, cool, thanks.
Yeah.
And then, of course, my favorite thing about you can go first. What your favorite thing about it if you want, or?
Well, I have a couple good things about
my favorite thing was Wolfenstein.
That was mine.
Wolfenstein 2.
Yeah.
Co-op. So... it's like, that's amazing.
All right, so I guess we'll start with the best thing.
Yeah. Absolutely. You start with the best.
I absolutely did not think that there was going to be anything with Wolfenstein for a while.
Yeah.
Obviously, Wolfenstein 2 just came out last year.
Mm-hmm.
And, I figured in like 3 or 4 years, we'll hear from good old BJ again and his pals killing Nazis.
Yeah.
And boom, here it is. Just a new game.
Co-op adventure with his twin daughters. And I guess it's fast forward in the future.
Yeah, it's like 20 years in the future. And it's just like, yo, what's going on? Where's BJ?
Yeah.
It's like he's on a tape recorder. So it's like, is he dead?
Yeah.
What's happening?
I wonder if this is going to be like, because it was so like, it's been a year, right, since Wolfenstein 2.
Yeah.
My thing is like, maybe they're going for like a way out kind of game, where it's like, it's got lots of power behind it, but it's not a fully fledged, like, many, many hours you can sink into it. Like, it's a good, like, maybe like 10-hour co-op adventure kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It seems like I don't know. I really don't know what to expect from it. I'd be cool with that. I'd also be cool with, like, a fully fledged, just giant AAA.
Man, I would just, like...
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Yeah, after watching that, I was like, dude, we gotta play that game.
Well, yeah, that's obvious. That's gonna happen. Like, as soon as it comes out, like, that's a insta-cop, as the kids say. I gotta pick that up immediately.
Yeah. It's like, just, it just sounds so dope. Just a 2-person adventure within the Wolfenstein universe, just mowing down Nazis.
Yeah.
Sounds like
that's
the greatest thing
That's
ever.
a game with multiplayer co-op that I don't mind at all. Because it's like, ooh, do I want friends to like help me kill a bunch of Nazis? Of course I do. Why wouldn't I want that? All my buddies and I could just kill Nazis. It's the best thing in the world. However, I don't feel that way about a certain other Bethesda franchise.
You want to roll with that right now?
I think so. All
right, go for it.
Fallout 76. Always online, apparently. Very conflicting messages I received from Todd when he spoke. It's always online, but he said you can also do it solo, but that's not the way it should be played. So it's like, but it's always online, so you can't turn it off. And there are no NPCs, apparently. Everyone in the game is people playing the game.
Yeah.
And apparently they're working hard on like making sure that like griefing can't be a thing, and like, you know, you don't want people just be constantly like making you not be able to play the game, just you're dying instantly all the time. So it's kind of cool, you know, that kind of makes it reassuring. And if you die, you keep all your stuff. It's not like I think like Rust is a game where if you die, you just completely start over.
Yeah.
It's not like that apparently, which is nice. But at the same time, he said like back to back, he's like, we worked really hard on like, you know, making sure that you can't be griefed, that, you know, it's a game that you can play and you won't get slowed down like by people being douchebags or whatever. But at the same time, we've scattered nukes all over and you can just, anyone can access it. I'm like, well, you see, Todd, you see how that conflicts with what you're saying now?
But it sounds like, so I want to point out, last week you were talking about how you could set a nuke off in another game.
Yes.
And you were like, how am I going to be able to do that in this game that's fully multiplayer? Well, you could do it.
Well, the difference is you're not the one getting blasted by nukes however many times in a row in like 1 hour. Because here's my thing. Here's what I thought of immediately when it comes to this. Like, you're going to get people who are really good, right? And that's fine. You're really good at the game and you've got a whole crew that's really good. The problem with that is, if there are nukes scattered around the world, this team is going to be like, all right, you're going to get that one, you're going to get that one, and we're going to hold it down. Yeah. And then we're just going to blow everything up. And you're just like, well, now I'm just like, I'm just a victim of like circumstance.
I'm sure it'll be balanced in some way.
I hope so. I hope so. It's like, still...
Because it's not like... I don't think it's going to be too open world as far as... too like... massively multiplayer. I think like the lobbies are going to be small, so it's like
private servers.
Yeah, I think it's something where it's like, you know, there might be, you know, 100 people in a server or something like that, and then like
Battle Royale.
But then like, you know, the people in a specific server, like you're there be grouped up with other people that are kind of around your same like skill level, all that kind of stuff. So.
I get that. You can like go on raids and fight giant monsters or whatever, but it's just like, I don't know. The more he described it, I was like, well, this is still not anything that I want. Yeah. Like,
but I think it's like in Bethesda we trust. It's like he even said in the conference, like, we wouldn't be doing this if we weren't doing it right.
Yeah, I get that. I'm just afraid that I'm going to be running down the wasteland and all of a sudden I'm going to get nuked by Sugar Daddy 69 and I'm just going to get blasted away. I'm like, well, thanks, Sugar Daddy. I got nothing now.
And his buddy Bong Bro.
Yeah, Bong Bro 20XXX. Like, you know.
420.
Yeah, it's like that kind of stuff. I'm just like, you know, I don't want that to happen. Yeah. And like the no NPC thing really bothers me because it's like, well, where's the story?
It's in your gun as you're shooting other people.
Yeah, anyway, the more I heard about it, the more I was disappointed, but Wolfenstein 2 made up for that, so, you know, there's that. But that was my biggest complaint with the Bethesda conference. Right. The Skyrim thing is cool, though.
Yeah, Skyrim, and, I mean, like, their little mobile game seems pretty cool. Like, you know, it's playable there. Mm-hmm. I didn't play it, but I was speaking to people that was playing it, and there were a lot of people were like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Nice, nice. That's awesome. I mean, I can't imagine what other like they made a funny commercial with I don't know the difference. I always forget between Key and Peele. The one...
It was Keegan-Michael.
There you go. So that's Keegan-Michael Key, not Peele. Okay, so Key. So they had a commercial with Key.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna call him that. Where he's at the fridge,
Mr. Key,
and he's playing like Skyrim on the fridge. It was really funny, like
on the Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah. It's like, what else is Skyrim gonna be released on nowadays? But
yeah, it was. The thing I really liked about Bethesda's conference as a whole is they just had fun with it.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Like the first thing they did, they showed a video that's like, hey, just to let you know, it's not just like the developers. It's everybody here at Bethesda that makes these games.
Yeah.
It's the janitor. It's the the guy cooking food.
Sure.
It's like Becky in accounting.
Yeah, it's a giant team. Everybody
so it's
counts.
like they came out with this great little video. That's like, oh, that's nice. It's like, I'm glad they set aside time to just thank everybody within their own crew.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the time they were just like having fun, chilling. It's like
they had a great conference, and like Todd Howard just did a great job, like on stage talking about everything.
That guy's super chill. It's
he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, I met him in real life. He acts the exact same way. He's
really?
Just like, he's just like, yeah, Todd Howard.
Todd Howard. You knew that. It's just like, all right.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's just like. Yeah, I mean, he just came out and he's just, he's just super confident about what he's there to talk about. It's just like, they had the
Fallout 76.
Yeah, it's like, this, the stupid little jokey Skyrim video, making fun of themselves.
That's really funny.
Yeah, so it's just like super chill. Also thought Rage had a really good presentation.
Yeah.
And what else was there? What else did I write on this thing?
The biggest one, I think those are the biggest ones from Bethesda. Like top 3.
Yeah. And then they're just like Fallout Shelter's coming to Switch.
Fun game, too. It's such a fun game.
Yeah, and then they were basically like, hey, we're also working on a new game called Starfield. You'll hear about that later.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's like awesome. I guess moving on.
There's a lot.
I know.
There's so many.
Xbox.
Microsoft.
Mr. Microsoft himself.
Personally, my choice for presentation or conference of the conference of E3. Yeah, I thought they did the best job.
Yeah, I was so surprised by Microsoft's conference. Like I really, I was like, man, they're just gonna come out and have literally nothing to talk about. And they had so much to talk about.
Exact opposite. They were like, we're going to give you a reason to buy an Xbox now.
It's like Phil Spencer came out and he was just like, everything that came out of his mouth was just exactly what he needed to say.
Yeah, pretty much. Double down on games.
Yeah.
And it seems like they haven't been doing that, but now it's just like, all right, we've got the hardware.
Yeah.
We've got some developers. Games. Games.
Yeah. And he's like, we've heard you.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a lot to talk about. It's like we have so many games to talk about.
Yeah, and I thought one of my favorite things, and I think this is what they started with, was Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
I think that was later on in the conference.
Really? I thought that was what they started with. Either way.
But it was a really good showing of it. It looks really good.
I love, absolutely adore that trailer that they showed. I thought it was beautiful. Like, everything about it. Just like the art style, everything, the colors, the lighting.
Yeah.
I thought it was a beautiful looking game, and I really kind of wanted to get an Xbox now just for that.
And it's like, they had, they showed like Sekiro.
Sekiro, or it's like another samurai game.
Yeah, Shadows Die Twice. Man, that game looks cool too. Freaking good.
Just your arm.
Like, I was so excited to see more about Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
And dude, Sekiro, I don't know where that game came from.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Like, I don't even care about Ghost of Tsushima anymore. That other game looks so freaking good.
I wouldn't go that far, but I think
I would.
I think they both look. See, here's the problem with that statement that you're making. Last year when we talked about Ghost of Tsushima, I was like, I really like it, but I think it'd be kind of cool if they had like a mystical, like a supernatural element. And you're like, no, it needs to be regular, like hardcore feudal Japan, no magic, no nothing, just people. I'm like, okay, but I'm just saying it looks kind of cool that way. Sekiro comes out and has that magic, mysticism. He's got like an arm that can just extend and do anything, and you're just like, this looks so much better. I'm like, that's what I was saying.
I honestly just thought, we'll get to it, but Ghost of Tsushima looks fine, but it's there were a couple things that were bugging me. We'll get to that later. But yeah, so they were showing that off.
Yeah, that looks great.
They showed Cuphead DLC.
Yeah, Miss Chalice.
She looks great, man.
Yeah, it's a fun little character.
They're showing Metro. It's like that. That still is looking pretty good.
Yeah. Well, they did show something that didn't look that good though. Crackdown 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say Crackdown 3.
Crackdown 3 is confirmed, and it is just ooh.
I don't know what's going on with that game. I feel bad for them because it's like I feel like just something's messed up and they don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Or something like.
There's a big problem with that game.
Yeah, they didn't really talk about it very much. Or like, here's a trailer, it's still live, don't worry about it. Okay,
yeah, Terry Crews.
Yeah, and it's just, and I feel like they've just shoved Terry Crews in this game to try and
salvage it.
Like any appeal for that game whatsoever. It's just, it looks like a 360 game.
That's
I'm sure the world's big and you can destroy a lot, but it just didn't look very
polished.
Yeah, it just didn't look fun, and it just didn't look fun from what I saw.
Then
again, it's a trailer. Who knows? Maybe it's awesome.
It's been in development for so long. It's like, come on, guys. Like, why is this so hard? I don't understand why this is so difficult.
I don't know what's going on with it.
But if anything, I would say that was their biggest weakness or flaw. But everything else I thought was fantastic.
Yeah.
Like the new Gears.
Yeah, new Gears looks good.
Yeah, which I thought I'd never say, because Gears I've always thought was just hulking masculinity and testosterone thrown at your face with just giant dudes look like football players with chainsaw guns. It's just like, wow.
What if a man in a refrigerator had a baby and then he gave him steroids
with a chainsaw and a gun?
You put a chainsaw in his
It's just like, wow.
This one, it looked really good.
Yeah. It actually looks like an interesting story is being told, and I kind of feel like I want to be I don't know, something about it, it reminded me of God of War, kind of. Just the vibe I got from it felt like God of War-y.
It had some almost spooky vibes in there too.
It did. I think there's a moment where these aliens or whatever they're fighting, they look like monsters in this dark room, and they're kind of jumping at you. Kind of give me Dead Spacey feel.
Yeah, either that or when you're in a room with clickers in The Last of Us, it almost felt like that.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. No, it looks great though. It actually I feel I'm interested. Because it's not just a bunch of hulking men making me feel
now
inferior.
You're a hulking woman. But then they were showing off stuff I just, I wasn't really expecting, like Jump Force. I thought had a cool looking trailer. As well as the Devil May Cry trailer, which I'm not even a big Devil May Cry fan, but it's that trailer looked kind of cool.
Yeah, it ends with Dante coming at you on the motorcycle with a beard. He looks kind of old. Yeah. And I guess it's Nero.
Old man Dante.
Yeah, which is crazy. We've seen all our characters just get old. Nathan Drake's gotten old. Dante's getting old. Kratos is old.
Give it 2 more consoles, and you're gonna have these decrepit old
Uncharted in the nursing home. Just Nathan Drake walking around. I'm going on an adventure.
Sure you are.
Okay, Nathan. Come take your pill.
Back to your room.
Oh, that's sad.
I've killed 10,000 men.
Okay.
You sure have. But yeah, then they were they showed off some stuff with Tomb Raider, which I'm gonna talk about that later.
Yeah, I mean
it looks fine.
Yeah, that's right. That's how I feel. It seems fine. There's really not much about it that's making me, oh, this looks awesome. Yeah. The gameplay was kind of cool. You throw some mud on yourself and get stealthy, but I'm like, oh, you're just dirty.
Yeah. She actually just she just feels like an unstoppable. Batman-esque character now.
Yeah. I mean, Lara Croft's always been pretty OP. Yeah. If you look into her backstory, her lore, it's ridiculous to tell the training and the marksmanship that she has and everything. She basically is Batman.
Yeah, it's a little crazy.
Yeah.
So I was like, what they showed looked fine.
Yeah.
But
it didn't really. Yeah, I feel you. It seemed the best way to describe it seemed fine. Yeah. Not too much, but I was like, all right, that looks cool.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing they talked about, and it's just I wasn't expecting everything they said, but they're just okay, so we have 5 new studios.
Yes.
It's like, so we're building one from the ground up called the Initiative. We're just going to have awesome people in there. They're going to be out of Santa Monica. We have we bought Playground Games, which like the Forza guys.
Mm-hmm.
They're working on the new Fable game.
Yep.
They bought Undead Labs, which is they just did what's it called, that game? Not Left 4 Dead. The other one.
Left 4 Dead?
It shows you how much I've played this.
Yeah, really. I don't know.
What's it called?
The game that just came out?
Yeah.
Oh, that game that just came out.
Yeah, the zombie game.
Oh, the zombie game that just came out. I don't know what you're talking about. What zombie game?
I got the Xbox one.
Wait, was that the fugly looking one?
Yeah, the fugly one.
Yeah.
What's it called? I totally it's slipping my mind.
Oh, I don't remember, but I know what you're talking about. It's the really ugly one.
Yeah.
Because I remember last E3 they showed it, and I was like, ooh, this looks like a PS2
oh my God,
game.
Somebody's going to yell at us.
Is it? No, it's not Days Gone.
Oh my God.
Because that's the PlayStation. No.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't remember. Hold on. Zombie game. It's a bad one, because I have no memory of it.
People seem to like it, but...
Really? Why?
Yeah.
It's ugly. It's a really ugly game. Like, it is
pretty glitchy, too.
Yeah, it looked clunky. Like, yeah. Not very good. Oh, I'll look it up real quick. The biggest one, though. Then
they have Compulsion Games, which that is the people doing. Wow, I'm so tired tonight. My brain is just.
Yeah.
They're doing We Happy Few, which I've been so excited for that game for a while.
State of Decay.
State of Decay. There you go.
Which looks bad. Sorry. If you like it, you can admit it's an ugly game.
If you like it, yell at us in the comments.
Yeah, really, you can. I'll take it. I just think it's a fugly looking game.
And then the last one. This is the one that kind of
This one was a heartbreaker for me personally.
Yeah, as somebody that plays on PlayStation.
Yeah.
This is a heartbreaker. Also, just for indie games in general.
Yeah.
But Ninja Theory, man.
Ninja Theory, which if you don't know, they made Hellblade.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we've gushed enough about Hellblade on this show before, but it is a fantastic game, and they're a fantastic studio.
Yeah, I was a big fan of their approach to this like AAA indie scene.
Yeah.
And them just like doing what they want to do, and nobody's stopping them.
Yeah.
And then they got bought up by Microsoft.
Which, it's a great move for Microsoft, but just as a PlayStation guy, as we're both on PlayStations, we don't own an Xbox.
So now I gotta
now I have to get an Xbox for whatever Ninja Theory makes, and just I already kind of want to get one for Ori and the Will of the Wisp, but now it's just all right, Microsoft, I get it. You're good.
Fine, Microsoft.
Wanna make games.
Fine.
You're finally making stuff besides Forza, Halo, and Gears. Fine.
Welcome to the big boy club.
Yeah.
They just crushed it.
Yeah, they did a great job. They did. I thought they had a great show, and even like Halo 6 is confirmed. They didn't really show much for it, but it is confirmed.
It wasn't even really a trailer.
It was just like, here's a landscape, and here's Master Chief's helmet.
Yeah.
And that's it.
The end.
But it's like, all right, at least we know it's in development, I think.
Sure, why not?
Something's happening there.
So, going on to Ubisoft's conference, there were just a couple little things in there I wanted to kind of talk about. So, like, Beyond Good and Evil, I thought had a really cool trailer.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Great looking trailer.
I don't know if you played the first Beyond.
No, I didn't.
Oh, man, that game's awesome.
Yeah, I've heard great things about it.
I have if you ever want to play it.
Oh, do you? Well, I'll play it.
Yeah. But the main character in the last game, her name's Jade, and this is the Beyond Good and Evil 2 is a prequel to the first game.
Okay.
And so Jade in the first game, she's like a teenager. So
was she the pilot in this one?
No,
she's not?
She came out at the end as like the villain. And that makes
really?
no sense
That's
whatsoever.
crazy.
So everybody's super confused, like, what is going on? Why is Jade there? Why is she like a bad guy?
Yeah.
I was so pumped for that game now.
Yeah. No,
trying to figure out what's going on.
I mean, even outside of that, I thought the trailer, like not going in, not knowing much about it.
Right.
The trailer was fantastic. I love the trailer. I thought it was beautiful. It looked great. It was really cool. Like, and what I like most about it is like, every character seems really interesting, which I really like. Like you've got this chimp, just like and a giant pig, and a woman who's flying a jet.
So the pig is Paige. So basically, Paige is the uncle to Jade. So it's Uncle Paige.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if they're actually related. It's just
gotcha.
that she always calls him Uncle Paige.
Fair enough.
But yeah, Paige is a super cool character.
Nice.
So
yeah, they all seem really interesting.
He's like a cook on this ship now, so it's like I want to know this like whole story, what's going on. Yeah, I mean that game it's gonna be sweet, man.
Oh no, it looks awesome. It looks great.
Wanted to mention with Rainbow Six Siege for a second. I didn't realize how many players were playing this game.
Yeah.
35 million players now.
Yeah, that's a ton.
Yeah.
Like it's like we've said before with Ubisoft. They, when they released their games, it's like it was kind of mad first, but they did so much online support for it, and like their communities just grew because of how much love they're giving to their games.
So it's like they have more content for Rainbow Six Siege. They had more content for Honor. I mean they're just pumping out all this content. Then they announced Division 2, which looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm honestly like I'm not a big like shooter guy, and the online scene for shooters is not really my thing at all.
Right.
But the Division, I'm kind of like the story kind of grabbed me. I was like, ooh, this seems kind of interesting. I'm like with your team, your squad, trying to. I thought it was really cool. I thought everything about it. I thought it looked really interesting. Like different classes and stuff. Right. I liked it. I thought it was. I'm not a shooter guy, but that one kind of I was kind of appealed.
Nice. Yeah. And I'm sure they'll just dump content into it.
Yeah, exactly.
They've supported... I mean, literally, like, just last year, I think the Division 1 got, like, a huge update.
Really?
So nice. It's like... I mean, they've just been super good about all those games. And
that's kudos to Ubisoft.
And speaking about those games, Skull and Bones... is looking pretty rad.
It does. It looks awesome.
It looks a lot like Black Flag.
Well, and that's the thing. We said before, it took the best part of Black Flag and just made an entirely separate game.
Yeah.
Like cool pirate ships you can customize, you can build, like, make them all different. Some can be faster, some can just be giant battleships with like a million cannons on the side. Like it looks really fun. Like, and that's something that like I don't think it's ever really been done before in a video game, like big pirate ship, like cinematic pirate ship battles. Not that I can think of.
I mean, you have what's it called? It's out now.
Sea of Thieves. But even that
cinematic, I guess.
No, but even there, like they gave an update. I think it was during the Xbox conference that like they showed like pirate ship battles in esque of like Skull and Bones. Like it looks a lot like it. I'm like, well. You should have had that when it came out. Like I don't understand why you didn't.
But it's looking really good. I saw.
It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to play it at E3 because the line for it was like 4 hours long. And I was like, I'm not gonna wait. But I was watching people play, and I was talking to people afterwards, and people were like, "It plays great."
Nice,
like,
that's awesome.
And I mean, it looks good, man.
I wonder if there's gonna be any moments where you can be like not on the ship. Like if there's anything, I can't imagine there would be. Because then it's like Assassin's Creed. I think there's a little bit. Really?
Yeah, because there's like that. There's that one scene where they're just like walking up to the ship that they showed. Right. So I don't know. Like,
I mean, like,
I feel like maybe there's like a town you can go to. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, besides docking for probably like resources.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if there's any type of story element off the ship. Or if it's straight up like, it's just pirate ship battles. Like, we're just going to shoot cannons all day. It's going to be awesome. I'm fine with that, because Black Flag, that's the majority of my time was spent doing
Black Flag, we're just going to have like a Skull and Bones Battle Royale, 100 ships in the ocean, let's go.
That's a Battle Royale I'd be interested in, because that's pretty awesome.
Honestly, I would probably play that one, because it's that, like, you think about like a Battle Royale and that, and like your ship's super messed up. Yeah. After a fight, you jump onto like another ship.
Yeah, stealing people's ships.
Steal that ship, and then you just keep going.
Yeah. That's like, again, I mean, not 100. I think 100 people would be too big. That's a lot of ships in an ocean.
Too bad.
It's
a big ocean.
They're all just crashing into each other. But no, I think Skull and Bones looks awesome. Online for it, I'm sure it's gonna be really fun. Like just kind of blasting each other with cannons and stuff.
Yeah.
Something I've always kind of liked that I've never seen before in a game. So.
Yeah. Oh, and then there was a game that they announced called Transference.
I don't remember that one.
I honestly don't remember it either.
I don't remember that. Transference. I thought you were gonna say Trials.
No.
Because that one was really fun.
Trials looks cool too.
It does. I thought it looked... And you were saying this about Bethesda. I thought Ubisoft did this as well. I thought they did a great job having fun for their conference.
Yeah.
Like, Trials, the director, like, came in like a... what's his name? What's the dude that... The motorcycle over the Grand Canyon or whatever? Evil Knievel? Yeah, Knievel. He came in like a red and white blue, like Evil Knievel kind of suit. He crashed into the podium and just shattered it. And like the monitor fell off, and he's like, "Oh, sorry." And he was like, "That's what Trials is. They're just gonna be crashing into stuff." I'm like, "Wow, he went all in." And like you saw people going on stage cleaning up really fast. He's like, "Sorry about that," but I felt like that was awesome. And then the Mario Rabbids team came in with the DLC for Donkey Kong, which looks really fun, and like they had the live like band on stage like playing the theme song for Donkey Kong and everything. Thought that was really cool. I thought they had a lot of fun on their stage. I thought they did a great job.
Yeah, man, they're just having a good time.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, man. I think like if you're doing more than just being goofy, then you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, I agree. I thought they had tons of fun on stage. I thought it was really great. Yeah.
I really wish I could remember what Transference is. I'm just beyond tired right now, so my brain is just not working.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
They announced something called Transference. The end.
It's where you transfer stuff.
So I didn't take notes for Square Enix's conference, but
I have one note for Square Enix. If you want to mesh it with PlayStation.
What's your note
for Square Enix?
Yeah.
There's this game that they had a trailer for called The Quiet Man.
Yeah.
And that's the one where it started live action and it turned into video game. And I was just like, what is this? It's like this dude with like a delivery bag who's walking down an alley, and these guys like, we didn't order anything, or like, that's not for us. And then he just beats them up. I'm like, what is this? Like Angry Delivery Boy Simulator? Like
that's quiet.
It's just like he just like beats them up. It's like when I thought of that, I thought of Death Stranding, because we were saying how like, is this just like Delivery Guy Simulator?
Yeah.
Just like two games where just delivering stuff, and like there's mayhem and chaos. And like one of them just beating ass, and the other one just carrying cargo. It's so weird. Yeah. But yeah, like I thought that was the weirdest thing from their conference. I was like,
it's just like weird. I don't understand why they had a live action component. It's just like just
I didn't
put
get
it in
that.
your engine.
Like, I think they were trying to go from like, look how seamless the transition is, but it was like as soon as it happened, like you knew.
Yeah,
it's just clearly it's a video game now.
It's very weird.
But
it's a weird choice.
Yeah, that was my one note for their conference. I thought that was the weirdest thing.
Yeah, it was just.
And Kingdom Hearts 3. But I mean, Kingdom Hearts 3 was literally at every single conference.
And then they were talking about Tomb Raider some more and blah blah blah.
Yeah, kind of meh. And lots of Japanesey JRPG kind of games, which not really my style.
Yeah. That's like I said, I forgot to take notes. So moving on.
Yeah, that's fine. I thought they was like the shortest as well. Like, it was pretty quick.
It's just like
it was like Kingdom Hearts, Tomb Raider, Quiet Man, Angry Delivery Boy.
The end. All right, so PlayStation. PlayStation was weird. That was a very weird conference.
Yeah, the beginning was really weird.
I went in thinking that they were going to have the best conference.
So did I.
Hands down, they're going to totally crush it.
Yep.
And they just totally screwed this conference up.
It was very underwhelming, to say the least. I thought it was... like, the beginning, like, first off, you started with Last of Us 2, which I should have... As soon as that happened, I was like, oh, you're starting with your very best thing.
Yeah. I think it was a bad call.
Yeah. But then after that, it was like, we're in this room that's like the Last of Us 2. Last of Us 2 trailer's done. We'll be back in 20 minutes so we can set up our regular stage.
Like, why? It was so weird. It was just like they had this this tiny little conference room that they were doing this in, and they decided just right after showing their first game, they're gonna do an entire
let's break it down and then reset. It was like what?
And then so they cut to like outside this tent that they're doing this in.
Yeah, the Sony people.
Yeah, and then they just like, okay, I think
any minute now, and they said that like 10 times.
Do we have any trailers that we can go to?
Yeah.
We have one trailer. Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have time? Do you think all right, play the trailer. And then come back from it. It's like
it was really weird. It seemed like nobody knew what was happening. Like no one was on the same page about stuff. So I was just like, And again, you started with Last of Us 2. We're just like, well, where are you going to go from here?
Yeah.
Like, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Then what?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was...
Yeah, I feel like they should have started with Spider-Man since it's coming out the soonest.
You would
then
think.
Ended with The Last of Us 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I kind of weird the direction they went.
Like, and the thing is, like, and this is just like, from like a stage management perspective, it's like, you start off with your regular conference thing, and then like 40 minutes into your show where you showed all your stuff, and they're like, oh, by the way, we have one more thing we want to show you, but we're going to take a quick intermission so it's ready. And I'm like, ooh, what? It has to be Last of Us because they haven't talked about it yet. And then you set up that little ballroom, and then you start the trailer, and you're just like, oh, that looks awesome. Because I mean, it just makes more sense. And you had the dude for Ghost of Tsushima playing like the flute thing.
Yeah.
And I was just
weird
like...
bamboo stick.
Yeah. And like my thing is like, and I try not to look at this kind of stuff, but I'm like, all right, this is clearly for Ghost of Tsushima. And you have this old guy playing like flute. I'm like, why couldn't that be a Japanese guy? You just got this old white dude.
Well, I also like, I know like E3 is kind of a celebration of video games, but I've never been a fan of like people coming out and like playing music, because it's like, I don't want you to play music, I just want to see the trailers and stuff. It's like just get to the game, I don't know. Get to the game. Like I didn't even talk about it, but in like the Bethesda conference, they had like the people come out and play the song right before Rage 2. Yeah, and it's just like, this is taking too long. Just get to the trailer.
Yeah, it can be done right. And I think one company that did this right, and this was a while ago, was Square Enix for Kingdom Hearts 3. When they initially released their trailer, it was at a Kingdom Hearts like orchestra concert.
Yeah, which is obviously different.
Yeah, and so you had the trailer playing behind like the orchestra, and that's like, to me, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and it's like
something like that is cool.
Yeah, but it's like, don't take 10 minutes out of a conference to have a dude on a weird bamboo flute thing.
Yeah. And if you do, I don't mind if you have the live music component, but you gotta play something in the background.
Yeah,
because we're just watching this guy, just like, all right, when's it gonna be done? Yeah. Like, it felt like, the beginning when they were changing sets, like, all right, well, when's this gonna be done?
Yeah. And it was kind of like they did that with The Last of Us too. The dude came out and he's playing the band.
Yeah, the band Gustavo.
And I love that song.
Oh no, it's.
But I was just like, yo, let's get to something.
Yeah, that's why, like, point. At least shows like some wide shots, some scenery in the game, where like, this is the world, this is how it's gonna look, and you're like, oh man, you're setting this up.
Just show me something. Yeah, just, kind of like
if it's the old game.
Yeah, so even they kind of like the Red Dead 2, like the first kind of teaser trailer where they're just showing shots of like the
landscapes.
Yeah, it's like, dude, just show me that. I would be so fine with that. Like, show me literally anything.
Yeah, and if it was Last of Us 2, it was like, you can show me the first game. Like, just show me Joel and Ellie just walking. Like, it was beautiful the first time. It's gonna be beautiful now. Like,
just have them hanging out with some giraffes,
Yeah, really. It's like, I'll be fine with that. And then you're like, here's the sequel.
Yeah.
I'm like, fine. But yeah, it was weird just watching like live performances that you're just like.
It seems like the whole conference seemed like it wasted a lot of time.
Yeah.
Like they just didn't have anything to show. They're like, let's just have people play music. Yeah. Let's like change the stage around. It's just like, it's very weird.
Yeah, it was. But I think, like, besides all that, big problems with the stage performance. I think Last of Us 2 looks excellent.
Yes.
I think it looks amazing.
Yes.
I think Ghost of Tsushima looks really cool. Like, it makes me think of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Which is not, I'm not like saying that's a bad thing. Like, cinematically, it reminds me of that, because there are scenes in that movie where it's just like petals are falling and it's like slow-mo and it looks really cool. And
now, I gotta say, I wasn't a big fan of Ghost of Tsushima, and I think what really threw me off was the voice acting. I just did not like the English voice acting. Yeah. It was just like, it did something to my brain, and I didn't like it. I was like, yo, get that out of here. This just sounds awful. I don't want it.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it that bad?
It just didn't feel right. It's like you're in like ancient Japan.
Yeah, feudal
Japan, and there's just dudes just speaking English, like that weird Batman movie.
Oh, Batman Ninja. Which, by the way, you should watch that. It's crazy.
No, you should not.
That's a trip. No, I mean, I wonder if they would ever do that for a game where it's like, we made this game, it's gonna be all Japanese, but you have subtitles.
Apparently, there is a Japanese voice cast, and you can swap it
That'd be cool.
and do like.
I'd be interested in doing that.
And I feel like I would feel so much better.
Yeah.
But also just like the gameplay they showed just didn't seem like it didn't feel very good. Like the I don't know the combat, like all kind of the combat, the sword fights, like nothing felt very I don't know. It just, at least watching that, like it could have just been that one kind of gameplay trailer or whatever, but it's like maybe I'll get my hands on it and I'll feel a lot different. But
they might still be working on it as well. Like,
but it's just, it didn't seem very good.
Honestly, how I felt, my initial reaction from their combat, I was like, ooh, this could be like Assassin's Creed, where it's like counter kill.
That's sort of just what it felt like. Like one game that I think got like 1v1 like sword fights and stuff really well was actually For Honor. Yeah. And it's like give me a game kind of like that, and maybe it's like that, and this is just a bad showing.
Yeah, I mean, it's still in development. It's still being worked on, so who knows? They could still be doing a lot for it. But I thought cinematically, I think it looks beautiful. Like the scene where the petals are falling and he's facing off against the woman, I forget her name, but like that to me, Bill, the female Japanese woman. Yep, that's her. I thought that was beautiful. Like really, like I said, like first my gut reaction was like, wow, this feels like an old school like kung fu movie, like or like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, like stuff like that, where it just looks cinematically just beautiful, and like the petals are falling, and just there's always something like in the air. It looks really cool, and just so I thought it looked great. So, but yeah, I'm concerned about that kind of fighting as well. Combat.
So we'll see. Hopefully it'll be good. And then I kind of want to double back on The Last of Us, but I think we'll get to that in a minute. But talk about Death Stranding a little bit.
Delivery simulator.
If that game was just me walking in a world built by Kojima, I'm okay with it.
It's just you're an Amazon guy in Kojima world. You gotta survive delivering these packages.
I just whatever that guy gives me, I'm like, I'm okay with this game.
So weird.
It's just every trailer, there's just more questions. It's just like, sure, fine, whatever. This is great.
At least
can't wait to play this in 30 years.
Norman Reedus ain't crying in this one, but he's just talking about a bunch of nonsense that I don't know what's going on. It's like,
and just people eating happening? Weird baby grubs and all sorts of just nonsense.
Just like, what in the world? What is What is this? Like, what is this world?
It's Kojima land.
Pretty much. Like, imagine if he had a theme park. Oh boy.
I would have loved a Kojima land theme park.
It'd be crazy. But yeah, that game looks just... Honestly, when I watched, I was like, I don't really know how I feel. Like, I'm just confused.
Just made me feel real good inside.
I'm just questioning everything I just watched. Like, what is this? I'm just Norman Reedus walking around like a box that might have a baby in it? What is happening?
Yeah, good old baby box.
Delivering babies? Like, what is happening in this game?
Everything.
No, it was weird.
Death, everything.
I need, to a point, I'm just like, look, this is cool, Kojima, but I need some answers. Just what is happening?
You're never gonna get them.
Like, can you please?
You're gonna play that full game and be like, I have more questions.
It's like I don't even know what I just played.
I loved it.
I don't know. It looks great. I just want my questions answered. That's all. Yeah.
Can't wait to play it in 30 years.
Yeah, really.
It's gonna be a good time.
Be out on the PS23.
Then what else were they showing?
I mean, the Spider-Man game.
Yeah, so
which looks amazing.
Yeah.
That looks...
I got to play it, by the way.
You did?
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. We'll
talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I think it had a good showing. I just wouldn't have put it last. It's a weird thing to end on.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of that game,
Yeah, it's like they have their stuff backwards. It was really weird.
Yeah.
But still, you saw like parts of the Sinister Six, and you're just like, oh my god, this looks amazing. This looks so cool. And like he's at, I think it's, what prison is it? Rikers prison? I forget what prison it's called.
It's right there, actually.
Jailbreak. Raft Leaks? That's the name of it? Raft? Prison?
Something like that. Let's read this paper.
Check the paper.
Let's read this paper from E3.
But either way, that like everything about it looks so cool. Like from swinging
the Raft
prison.
Yeah.
Why did I say Rikers?
New York City's Rikers is a real place.
Yeah, that's a real prison. Yeah.
New York City's Supermax prison, the Raft, went dark after a catastrophic power outage, unleashing its most treacherous inmates onto thousands of unsuspecting New Yorkers.
See, like that's awesome because like the one thing that's always been awesome about Spider-Man is his rogues gallery and like fighting all his, it's kind of like Batman. Like the villains are the coolest part about that character.
Yeah.
And like Spider-Man's got some really fun, interesting villains, and like it's gonna be cool fighting like Electro's in it. Like didn't know that. Vulture, Rhino, just everybody's gonna be in it. And like I swear, if Venom shows up, I'm just gonna lose my mind. Like, oh my god, now Venom's here.
I have a feeling Daredevil's gonna be in that game.
Really?
I have such a feeling.
Yeah.
He's literally in this newspaper.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like,
were there any hints when you played it?
Huh?
Were there any hints when you played it?
No.
No? Okay.
But there's like, they're talking about like Matthew Murdock.
Matt Murdock. Well, see, that's always the coolest thing about superhero games. When you get all the characters, you don't necessarily have to play them, but they're in the world. Like we acknowledge that this is a big world with lots of heroes. So here's their, like, that's why I loved, like, the first Ultimate Alliance game on PS2. I love that. That game is so good.
Those are cool games.
Well, second one's not that good. I didn't think so. But the first one is amazing. Like, it's fantastic. I love that game. I thought it was such a cool game, and you could team up with different Marvel heroes.
Right.
It was so cool. But, like, that's the kind of thing I like, is when you have these IPs and you're like, it's a big world. Maybe you'll run into Daredevil. Maybe you'll run into some X-Men. Who knows? Maybe Iron Man will fly by at one time. Like, that'd be cool. Like,
oh my God, sorry, man.
oh, I saw him.
And you're just like, wait, what? No, come back. I can't catch him.
Yeah, but like that's like I like that game looks fantastic. Combat looks so cool. Very Arkham style, but like twisted for Spider-Man. It's faster. It's like you can jump around, web people. His like ultimate attack where he's just like web explosion and just everybody gets all. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, so, just kind of doubling back a little bit, The Last of Us looks freaking awesome. Mm-hmm. Like, everything I want in a video game, that game looks like it's shaping up to be. Like, the AI looks fantastic in that game. Yep. Obviously it looks stunning. The combat just looks so polished.
Yeah. I
can't wait.
One of the things, like, it was such a little thing that I loved. There's a moment where Ellie's in, like, spoilers. Ellie's, like, in this, like, store thing. They chase her into, like, this shop or whatever. She's hiding behind the counter.
This spoiler. It's in the E3 trailer.
Yeah. People are going to be like, I haven't watched it yet. Whatever. But anyway, she's, like, behind the counter, and, like, people are looking for her. And she, like, runs next to these shelves, and she goes in between them.
Yeah.
I thought that was, like... it's something so little, but it makes it just so much more realistic. Where it's like I'm literally using every corner of this place to like sneak away. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, and I was gonna save this for later, but I'll mention it real quick. Just the so one thing that was bugging me about like the Tomb Raider gameplay stuff was like at one point there's like two dudes like chatting, like hanging out, having a good time, and then like one dude sort of walks away. And then she like kills the one guy and then sneaks back into some bushes. And the guy comes back and is like, huh, dead body. Looks fresh. And it's like, that's your friend. You were just talking to him for like 10 minutes. Like,
I don't know if they were friends.
He clearly knows
associates.
Like he went from like a dude he was talking to and knows to like some random dead body in front of him. Like,
and totally fine. It's like, dead body, guys.
It's like, dude, graphics are fine. We don't need to improve that crap. Fix your AI.
Yeah.
Like, make this stuff feel so real that I just get lost in this world.
Yeah.
And I think Naughty Dog is just crushing it in that department. Like, every game, they make the AI better and better and better.
Yeah.
And in this game, like, literally, there's a point where it's like there's two dudes, they hop over this bus and they're looking for you, and Ellie kills one of them. And the guy's like, I can't remember the name he shouts.
Ethan?
Yeah, Ethan. And he's just like, Ethan!
He's freaking out.
It's like, dude, those people had a connection.
Yeah.
That was his friend.
Yeah.
You just killed this dude's friend and he is furious.
Yeah.
Like,
he's scared. He's like, what just happened?
There's a story between those two CPU characters. You'll never know.
Yeah.
You'll never know that story, but there's a story there.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what I want from my video game. Like,
it's the little details.
Yeah, it's those little details. It's like you want this world that's just like oozing with character, you know? And there's just like a world shouldn't be built for just your character to walk through, you know?
Yeah.
It's like whether Ellie's there or not, there should be a world that's just happening.
Yeah.
And having those little touches, that's what like makes those worlds.
Oh yeah, no, it's fantastic, and this, it's like games that, like, there have been games that have done it before. Like, first one that comes to mind were like the Arkham games, because in the Arkham games, you know, there are moments where you do stealth missions and stealth takedowns and stuff.
Yeah.
And like a dude would be walking by. He's like, "Oh my God, he's here! The Bat!" Like, it's like, "Oh, is he alive?" Like, and they're freaking out, like, because, you know, you're Batman. They're terrified of you, and like, it's stuff like that. Where I'm like, "Yeah, you're afraid. Be afraid. Like, I'm gonna kill you." Well, no, I'm not Batman. I won't kill you. If I'm Ellie, I'm gonna kill you. If I'm Batman, I'll just knock you out. But like,
you're gonna go take a nap.
Yeah, but like stuff like that is like, you know, it's those little details, little nuances where it's like, wow, it's just, you know. There's more care brought into these characters that, like, total NPCs. You never see them again. Like, they have 5 minutes in that game, if that. And, you know, other games are just like, dead body. Or it's just like, I think someone's here. Or, you know, it's stuff like that where it's like, well...
I like when, like, they find a body and they're like, oh, somebody's here. And then, like, they look around for a little while and then they never find you. It's like, huh. Must have been the wind.
Yeah.
It's like, they killed your friend?
Yeah. That's some strong wind. Just killed him.
The wind came over and then stabbed this guy in the back and broke his neck.
And that happened a lot in, like, the Uncharted games were like that, where it's like, you kill one guy and he's just like, could have sworn I heard something. I just walk away. Like, there's a dead guy. He's clearly dead. He was alive 2 seconds ago. It's those little details. That I, you know, and Naughty Dog is, like you said, they can do no wrong. Yeah. Unless they come out with Uncharted, Last of Us Online, where it's just, I mean, they have multiplayer. This is just a joke at Fallout 76. But what they do, The Last of Us.
I'd take The Last of Us game like that, like a Last of Us 76.
Stop.
I'd take that all day.
Shut up. Enough of this online nonsense.
I'll take every game that's a 76 version. Ugh. Give me Pong 76.
No.
Give me Donkey Kong 76.
No, that's enough. No more of this. We're going about the Mario game where it's like the Mushroom Kingdom. Everybody's playing a different character in the Mushroom Kingdom, and there are nukes.
Sounds good.
No, shut up.
Just big mushroom nukes.
Nope, that's enough of that.
It's like the poison mushroom on just like a rocket-propelled...
Sony had a pretty underwhelming conference, but
it's just a weird
games
conference.
Were cool.
Yeah, it's just good games, weird conference.
Stage presence. And, but very there was one more, that Rick and Morty game. Well, it's not Rick and Morty. Yeah, it's Justin Roiland. I forget how to say his name. The guy who's like co-creator of Rick and Morty, where he's like this weird character. He's like in a bath or something. And he's just like, hey, I'm here to show you a trailer. Here's my game. And you can play as these characters. Look at that. It's just like, it's totally improv. Those look really
It's very
funny.
weird. And I guess the last thing, they showed Dreams, like little snippets, and it's just like, yo, tell me when that game's coming out.
Yeah.
But moving on, Mike is telling us we're running out of time. So let's we'll have to just like wrap up this episode with, you know, finishing with Nintendo, maybe talk about like our favorite conference, favorite game. And then,
it's a lot to fit in like 8 minutes.
Yeah. And then like next week or something, we'll talk about.
We'll talk more about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Nintendo.
All right. So Nintendo, there's things I liked, things I didn't like.
Hurry up, say.
Let me. Did I write anything down?
I can tell you what I think.
Lay it on me.
I thought it was very underwhelming, mainly because I kept thinking Smash Brothers was going to end. And they just kept going with it. And Smash Brothers was literally like 20... It was like half their conference was just Smash.
That's pretty much all they wanted to talk about.
I'm like, I get it. It's important, and it's big, and it's awesome. But it's like when they kept going on and on, I was like, all right, this is going to be the end of it. And they're like, and you can do this, and there's this. I'm like, all right, I get it. Every character. And they just kept going with it. And I'm like, all right, this is how we're going to end it. 25 minutes of Smash. All right, fine. That's okay.
Yeah.
However, biggest things... Super Mario Party looks just...
I think it's getting back to its roots.
And like, the thing is, what blew my mind, and this is, you know, I'm like a grown man, and I'm still amazed, like, how are they doing this? What kind of magic? You took 2 switches, you put them next to each other, and your map is like, your mini game map is just bigger.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, how? How are you doing this? Like, how is that possible? You can't just... They're not magnets, like they.
Oh, but Nintendo,
like,
baby.
Reggie Fils-Aimé, I was listening to an interview. He had a really cool quote about it. He's like, you know, a lot of people talk about Nintendo magic, like that's a thing, and like we don't ever want to abandon that, like you know. And so like we went into like the Mario Party where you can just kind of just put the screens next to each other, and it's just like, we call that like Nintendo magic, where it just works, you know? It's really cool and it's fun. I'm like, oh, Reggie, you're the best.
That's the thing. It's like, dude, when their stuff works and it's like super cool, it's just like amazing. And then they just have their things that just don't work right.
Yeah, like online.
Like their weird online nonsense. Or you got headphones plugging into the Switch and your phone, and just like weird stuff.
Some stuff's really weird, and then they have their magic, which is really cool. But yeah, I thought Super Mario Party looks awesome.
Yeah.
New Fire Emblem. Yes. Give me that on my Switch right now. I will take that. Yeah, long. Absolutely. Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. They show a little bit more of it. Yep. Looks awesome. Cool co-op Pokemon adventure. Totally fine with that, because I always thought that was something cool that, you know, Pokemon World would be really nice to have as your companions or whatever. And Smash, which when it was...
And, you know, they're like, you know, Fortnite's coming.
Right, Fortnite on Switch.
Paladins, you know, a couple other random little things here and there.
Yeah, like big... Basically, it's like, look, guys, we're pushing these big online games. I hope we can trust, you know, them with like online. It's like, because they're pushing, you know, Aces, Smash, obviously, Fortnite, Paladins, all big online games. So it's like, you guys, your service better be good.
Better be good.
It better be good, because you're pushing.
Nintendo, it better be good.
Yeah, it's like you're pushing this hard, so I'm expecting big things. So you know, but yeah, no, I love the idea of Fortnite on Switch. I think it's a great idea. It only benefits both parties.
Plays great.
Yeah, and like
perfect. It's a little muddy in the graphics department, but
really,
yeah, you know, especially when you're like jumping off the bus at the beginning and falling. It's like it almost has that. If you remember in Skyward Sword, where everything almost had like this like blurry, muddy, like watercolored look. Yeah. It almost looks like that until you get to where you need to go. Once you hit the ground, it looks good for the most part, but it's mostly like the beginning. I was like, ooh.
Were you playing it on good Wi-Fi? Like, could that have been the issue?
Yeah, the internet was good and all that. You know,
at E3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd test that at home.
Yeah,
because it's still a public. You know, lots of people are obviously using the Wi-Fi, so... I
think it's just like, you know, how they had to make tweaks to make it work well.
Yeah, I guess, but still, I can't imagine it's a graphically demanding game. Like, it's...
I mean, it's a big freaking map with a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah,
so
no.
It's just,
yeah, but I don't know. You know. Still. Yeah, either way. It's cool that it's on Switch.
Yeah,
a ton of people downloaded it.
Like, over 2 million already.
Yeah, in like the first day. Like, it was crazy. But yeah, like all those... So, like I said, for the most part, I liked it, but the whole Smash thing, as much as I loved it, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes in, I'm like, all right, moving on. Come on, something new, something else. And
I was pretty bummed we didn't hear about Star Fox.
Metroid.
We didn't hear about Metroid.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to hear some stuff. You know, it's like going into like 2019, what's the Switch going to look like? Let me hear about those games.
And that's the thing I think is like Nintendo and Sony are kind of like that. It's like, we didn't really get new. I mean, we got new, but not a lot of new.
Yeah.
It was just like, we know about all this that's happening. Here's more of it. Yeah. And there's a few new things as well. But like, here's more of what you already know about, which I guess is fine because like those games aren't out yet. But it's like, I don't know. I guess it's just me being greedy. I just want more.
It's just, I just want to know everything's alive and well. Like, just be like, yo, we have nothing to show for Metroid, but oh boy.
It's all good. It's like, all right, I believe you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know, for the most part, I thought it was fine. Just, the Mario Party thing really that was like the most amazing thing for me. Like, I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
And we're getting close to time. But
yeah, everybody's yelling at us.
I was going to say one more thing about E3, which I thought was really cool. I think it looks really interesting. And I have lots of questions. Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, I was going to say,
oh boy.
I was literally going to mention it because I was like, oh man, I think we just like totally...
We totally grazed over it.
Wait, was that at... What conference was that at? That was at Xbox, right? Microsoft? They showed it.
Honestly, I don't remember. Yeah, I just remember seeing it.
Had to have been Microsoft's conference.
And I watched a few interviews with like some of the devs. It seems like a very big undertaking.
Yeah.
It's clearly a huge game. I have concerns about it. I think first person is kind of I'm not really a fan of that.
Yeah, I'm definitely a third-person view kind of fan, but...
like that kind of game, I would prefer third-person.
Right.
Just going off The Witcher as well, like it just seems nicer that way. But my concern with it is like it's huge, right? It's a huge world, but you're in an urban setting, like a concrete jungle, basically. So it's like I feel like claustrophobic.
Right.
Like just watching some of it, I felt claustrophobic. And I'm not a claustrophobic person. I'm just, that's the feeling I got. I was like, ooh, I'm just like surrounded by, there's just so much happening.
Yeah,
it's like,
I think that's it's almost half the point. It's just like everything's just screaming like neon colors.
Yeah, I get that, but
robots.
It's just, I understand that, but it's just like, there's a way of, like I said, I just felt claustrophobic. Right. I just felt like there was just so much around me. And it's like, and the guy was like, everything's, you can go everywhere. Everything's explorable. You can, there's a big city, you can go anywhere you want. It's huge. And I'm just like, how huge? And I'm surrounded by buildings. It's just like, it's a lot of, just seems like a big undertaking. That's all. Not to say it looks bad. It just seems like a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's the best way I can put it. It just seems like a lot.
Yeah.
But still, it's a nice looking world.
I'm excited to see more.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, so to end the show, favorite game that was shown, announced, any of that kind of fun stuff. Well, actually, let's start with conference.
Favorite
I think
conference?
You said Microsoft, right?
I think they had the best one.
Cool.
I thought they did the best.
I think mine was Bethesda's.
Yeah.
Followed by probably Microsoft.
Yeah, I mean, I could easily flip them back and forth. Bethesda would be my favorite if it weren't for 76. No, honestly, like that, it really like bums me out. Like the more I watch, the more I hear about it. I need to play it, figure out if I'm going to like it. So
we'll see.
Once the beta is out, I am definitely going to try it, and I probably can make my final judgment there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought Microsoft had the best.
Yeah. And then favorite game that was shown.
It's really tough because I want to say Spider-Man. Because I feel like that's the most shown. Like,
right.
Here's everything. I think we'll go Spider-Man.
Yeah.
My second favorite would have been Super Mario Party. But I'm gonna say Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man looks just. I've never wanted to swing around New York since like Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
And like this game looks
Swinging's
like it's
real good in that game.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure.
I've played it.
I'm sure
I got lots
it
to
is.
tell you. I think I'm gonna go with The Last of Us 2. Like it's just everything I want in a game. Like it looks
not a bad choice.
Super good. Followed by Smash, just because I'm such a freaking Smash fan.
It?
I did.
Well,
I was in a tournament.
Ooh, did you win?
And that's a whole other story. I'll get into that later.
You suck.
No, trust me, I had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, you suck.
It's a whole other story.
No,
we'll get into that next week. We'll get into that next week. Sorry we ran out of time. There was a lot to talk about, but next week we're gonna get into experiences at like the E3 show floor, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, basically dive into your experience and asking all about like what you did, what you like.
Yeah, so I can I'll get real deep into some gameplay, some thoughts, all that kind of fun stuff. Nice. But we are so out of time, it is unreal.
Yeah.
So to wrap up this show, let me say you can follow us at Go Multiplayer on Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff. Be sure to check us out on YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Patreon, patreon.com/multiplayer, where you get those $1 or $2 a month. You'll get some bonus episodes that are a lot of fun. Those come out every other Friday, but if you don't want to throw us $1 or whatever, no big deal. They will be on YouTube and iTunes and all that fun stuff the following Friday. You can follow us personally at Zach Mascanis. And we got
Twitter and Instagram. I've changed it. It's Jumpman_Ortiz for both. So
there you
consistent.
Go. Boom.
There you go.
And then big old fat shout out to our boy DJ CUTMAN, which I saw an email today. I haven't checked it, but he did some sort of lo-fi remix of.
I do love lo-fi.
He did a remix of something. All right, I gotta go look at what it was. I can't remember.
I'll look into that email.
But he's a cool dude. Check him out.
Yeah, he's got some great stuff.
That is our show. We're gonna get the heck out of here.
Yeah.
But until next time, have a good one. Later.
Yeah. We'll see you at the respawn. That's how that goes, right? Yeah. We'll see you at the respawn.
And keep on grinding and all that fun stuff.
And we'll level up.
We'd like to give a big old special thank you to Jaden Lawrence,
Arturo Madeira, and Mercha Dan Kropotariu. If you want to receive shoutouts like these awesome, beautiful people, be sure to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/multiplayered. See you next time, players.